Docking is the maneuver everyone watches and nobody enjoys. The boat that behaved perfectly all day suddenly has a mind of its own the moment you slow down. That is not bad luck. It is physics, and once you understand what is pushing you, docking becomes a plan instead of a gamble. A boat steers by pushing water across the rudder. Slow down and that force disappears, so exactly when you most want control, you have the least. Meanwhile, wind and current do not slow down at all. The skill is not steering harder. It is arriving with just enough speed to steer, and letting the elements do the work you would otherwise fight. Part 1. Read the berth. Stop well off and look for a full minute. Which way is the current running? Watch the water past a moored boat or a pylon, not the flags. Which way is the wind, and is it pushing you onto the dock or off it? Then decide the one thing that matters most. Current almost always beats wind for a displacement boat, and wind beats current for a high-sided boat with shallow drift. Identify the stronger force and plan against that one. Part 2. The approach. The rule is simple. Approach into the stronger force, so it slows you rather than carries you. Into the current or into the wind, whichever wins. That way your engine is working against something steady, and small throttle changes give you precise control. Approaching downwind or down current means you arrive fast, with no brakes. And the only way to stop is a burst astern that swings the stern sideways, angling at about 30 degrees, then straighten alongside at the last moment. If the wind is blowing you onto the dock, stop parallel a meter or two off and let it set you down gently. Do not drive in, you will arrive hard. If the wind is blowing you off the dock, you need a steeper angle and more commitment. Get a bow line ashore early and use it. A line on a cleat is stronger than any amount of throttle. Part 3. Lines and prop walk. Here is the trick that separates the calm skippers from the shouting ones. Keep one line ashore, and after bowspring run from the bow aft to a cleat beside your midships. Then put the engine slow ahead against it with the helm turned toward the dock. The boat pivots, the stern swings in, and she sits alongside and stays there. One line and idle throttle can hold a boat against wind and current all day. In a stern gear, a single propeller does not just slow you, it also pulls the stern sideways. Most right-handed propellers walk the stern to port. That is not a fault to fight, it is a tool. If your stern walks to port, plan to dock port side to, and a burst astern at the end will tuck the stern neatly against the dock. Learn which way yours walks, and have your docking problems solve themselves. Four habits. Brief the crew before you approach so nobody is guessing. Lines and fenders ready on the correct side before you enter the fairway. Never approach faster than you are willing to hit something, and if it is going wrong, abort early, circle round and come again. There is no prize for finishing a bad approach. So the essentials to carry with you. Read the berth, identify the stronger force, approach into it, and let the spring line finish the job. Do that and docking stops being the moment everyone dreads. Fair winds, and thanks for watching.